Outsiders, I'm back again. This is part 2 of my Blair Waldorf style video. So I wanted to say a big thank you if you have watched part 1. I really appreciate it because if you have watched it, you might know I was a bit nervous and a bit all over the place filming it. But I have come back. I'm going again with some Blair Waldorf outfits today, so I really hope you'll stay and enjoy the video. If you are new, my name is Leslie. Like I've mentioned, I have done a part 1 to this video. If you haven't watched it, it's on my channel. It's under the how-to playlist if you did fancy watching it. I will say that the first part of the video focused on some of the more Constance uniform style outfits. I'm going to have a wee bit of that today, but slightly less than the first video. So if that's more what you're looking for, definitely look at the first part of this video. So today I'm basically going to pick up where I've left off. The first outfit is got a slight nod to Constance, and then moving on I'm going to do a couple more sort of spring summer Blair outfits, and then I'm going to try and finish up with a Blair evening look, which personally I think is probably the most difficult to try and recreate. But anyway, I'm just going to get started and on we go. I'm going to start with the first outfit, and this is one that I do think you could recreate quite well with some current pieces in the new spring summer fashion. So basically what I'm going to start off with is a pair of pink shorts. And this is not something that I would say 100% Blair would wear that, but I feel like the way I'm going to style it is definitely a Gossip Girl look. So these are actually my old Zara shorts that I've had for a number of years, but they've brought out a new set and you're going to say you don't need both those pairs of shorts. And probably I don't, but there are some key differences. So this is the new set that's online in Zara. Just now I will put a link in the description box, and it is actually a little cord, so I'll show you there's a little blazer that goes with it. So this is the little blazer, but I'm actually not going to wear the little blazer today because I actually think put that together is not really that Blair of an outfit. So either pair of shorts would do if you happen to have the old ones or if you fancied the new ones. And what I'm going to do is pair it with one of the Constance style blouses. So this is one I didn't feature in the last video. It's slightly different. It's long sleeves. Again, it's got all the heavy ruffle detailing, which I talked a lot about in the last video, so I'm going to try and not go on and on about that too much. But any Constance style shirt or blouse, like so for example this one that I'm wearing, or the other one that I have from River Island, this one here, anything like that. Again, you'll probably be thinking she just has versions of the same thing, but this one is very different because it's long sleeved. So this is actually an outfit I have worn maybe 2-3 times. I've worn it out for dinner, I wore it to my friend's house once. Like, it's a look I would wear. So don't hate on it if you think who would wear that, because I would. So what I wore together basically is the little shorts with the blouse, and then you could go 2 ways here at this point. This is the direction I took it in. So I paired the little outfit with this really Gossip Girl Ralph Lauren blazer that I've actually had for quite a while. I actually managed to pick it up at Bicester Village, which is like an outlet. If you've never been, it is definitely worth going if you are on a hunt for some designer bargains, but it's one of those things, it's like, it's a lucky dip. Sometimes there's nothing, sometimes there's amazing stuff. So this is the blazer that I wore this outfit with, and I'm sure you can tell already this looks really like a Blair outfit. And what's great is there's actually quite a few places that are doing this type of thing. So River Island has got some nice blazers that are definitely got that sort of uniform vibe about them. But what I liked about this is that with the pink shorts, and I will pop everything on, I just feel like it takes it down a notch from being literally like you're wearing school uniform to actually it's quite city chic, sort of, I don't know, like just a bit more like a preppy sort of outfit rather than you are literally wearing school uniform. So what I would also say, which I think I saw someone do this on Pinterest ages ago, was wearing the original shorts, so like the Zara ones that came out years ago, with the jacket that they brought out at the time. Yes, I have that as well. And then they had the blouse underneath. So I will put both on just so you can see. I personally prefer the blazer because I think it just adds a new dimension to it, rather than this is very, very pink altogether. But I thought this was a really cute way of like a nod towards Gossip Girl, but it's not something they would typically wear maybe like on the Met steps or something. It's not an absolute recreation. But you could definitely try and do this with the new Zara set, which again, oops, whoopsies, I will have the links for it in the description. So I'm going to put this on and I will come back and show you what it looks like all together. So here I am back with the first look put together, and I'll include like the full length shot alongside me talking just so you can see as I go through it. So I've got the blouse on with the blazer on top and the little pink shorts. I've also just popped on a pair of nude stilettos. These are probably not the shoes I actually would have picked to wear with this, but the ones I wanted I don't have here, so this is kind of what I've gone for. And I think you can definitely see there's a nod to Gossip Girl, but there's something that's slightly different about it. It's almost, I guess because of the blazer, a bit more Ralph Lauren-like or something like that. But I have to say, I really like this as a look, and like I said before, I actually have worn this out on like a social occasion, and I think I would probably wear it again. What I will just do is pop on the pink blazer as well, just so you can see it a slightly different way of wearing it as well. One thing that is quite Blair about the shorts is the fact they're high-waisted, and I will say I had these altered slightly to come in at the waist a wee bit more, but this is a shape that we definitely see her recreate as like a soft hourglass. She's obviously quite petite in her size, but you do tend to see the quite defined waist and then the sort of hourglass into her hips. So I do think a pair of shorts like these is actually quite a good way of doing that, as it really emphasises the kind of ratio between your hips and your waist. So I've just popped on the pink jacket as well, and I'm not gonna lie, I actually really like this together as well. At first I thought it was gonna be like too much pink, but I actually really like it. I'll admit that I don't think this is really that Blair-esque, because it's just, I think it's too pastel-y pink. However, I do think this is a style that you could definitely say was Gossip Girl inspired, with the blouse and with the tweed as well. I feel as if it's got that look. So you could definitely do something with the latest Zara set, something similar to this, as it kind of is the same sort of thing. But I still need both, just in case you're going to comment that. So I will move on to our next look. Next look I'm going to try and create is more of a spring, kind of slightly transitional kind of look, but definitely more towards the spring. So what it is basically, I'm going to start with a Blair style staple, which is something tweed or check. So I've got a little tweed check skirt twitch. I actually bought this from Tesco quite a few years ago, and I'm going to hold it closely because hopefully you can see there are some green threads, like kind of here. You can see there's a slight bit of green through it. Sometimes it doesn't pick up on camera, but it's not like a black and white skirt. It's actually got, there's a mustard thread, a brown thread, and there's a green thread. So what I'm going to pair with this is a little vest sort of top. It's like this with a slightly higher neck, and I think this is a style that we do see Blair wearing a couple of times throughout the series. I'll hopefully find some pictures which I can include at this point, but something that's, I think, sleeveless in the spring summer is quite Blair-esque. And like I said, the little high neck. This is a fairly plain top, it's just got a slight ribbed effect to it. So whilst I think this is a really cute outfit, I think we need to add something else a little bit more to bring some of Blair's, you know, expertise at accessorising, which is what she does so well. So I'm actually going to pop on a little neck scarf. So let me just grab it for you. So the one that I'm going to use is this one here, which it's maybe not the perfect colour, but I think there's little bits of green in it, there's little bits of the kind of whiter colours, and the tweed skirt does actually have some black check in it, so I think a little bit of black is okay with this outfit. So basically these are the items that I'll pop on, so I shall put them on and I'll come back. So here I am back with this little outfit put together. I've not gone for the scarf just yet because I wanted to show it to you without it, because I actually really love this outfit just the way it is, and I think this is maybe more like Clueless kind of vibes or something like that. I think you could see that being worn in that sort of style. So yeah, the top is really very plain, it's just like that. So you could add a brooch or something like that as well. But for today, what I will do is I'll pop on this little scarf. So it's a square shape, so I'm just literally going to make it a triangle and then put it around my neck. So I've just kind of done it like that, which I can't even see how good that looks. Probably looks maybe a bit stupid, but what I quite like about this idea is you can almost bring in the Constance collar kind of vibe with the little necktie that they wear, but with a scarf. And I feel as if this is slightly more Blair-esque with a little accessory being added. But like I said, I really like this outfit, and I think it's such a cute spring look because you've got the nice kind of pastel green colours, a little bit of tweed, which I think is still quite appropriate for spring because depending on where you live, it can still be a wee bit chilly in spring. But yeah, let me know what you think of this look. I have to say I really actually like this. So I have just come back wearing the next outfit as I'm aware of the time on this video and I really don't want it to be too long, so I'm just going to dive straight into this look. So this is definitely a little spring, probably even more summer Blair look, and I think this is one that hopefully you can see there is some resemblance to some of the outfits that Blair wears. So I will again include pictures if I can, and I'll just quickly talk through what's going on with this look. So basically, I think, as I mentioned with the green top, I think this little style of blouse or top is quite Blair-esque, so something that's sleeveless, but maybe that's got some detail going on. So with this one here, you've got kind of little bits of lace and sort of a bit of a pattern. You've also got a collar, so you could actually, that almost looks more Blair when it's done up, but I think personally I would probably wear it more open. And then I've paired with it these little green shorts. These are last season Zara, so this is something that you probably could pick up on Depop or eBay. And what I've also thought I would do with this outfit is pop on a headband. So I absolutely love headbands, but they just don't suit me that well, and I know they are such a great way of making your outfit a little bit more Blair-esque. So I'm going to pop it on. You can let me know what you think. Let me see if I can get this to sit right. I've just actually looked at my hair and I'm really sorry. It's gone really messy because I've taken off so many clothes and put them back on over my head. But I've popped on the headband, which is just a really simple little jeweled one. And I think actually Blair would probably wear something a bit bigger, a bit more out there. So I feel like a little thin headband is maybe a way of doing a subtle headwear look that's not quite as out there as some of her headbands. But I have to say, I feel like this is a really cute kind of look. It also reminds me of something, maybe, I don't know if Princess Diana's the right, there's something I feel like, I don't know, like the royals abroad would wear something like this, because it's kind of, I don't know, like it's quite, I think it's quite a proper looking outfit, like for summer, like a little blouse with a collar and just like the high-waisted shorts. But you can let me know what you think. I think this is quite a cute little look. So I am back, and I've actually just kept on this same top for 1 wee second because the next look I wanted to kind of do was using this skirt, which I bought from Zara. I actually bought it from Depop, so this is one you could probably, again, have a wee look for if you were, you know, interested in it. I actually still have the tag on it because I was supposed to wear it to a trip last year that got cancelled, so I actually haven't worn it out yet, but I did manage to pick it up from Depop, and I thought this is quite a good example of a Blair summer look because it's got this strong, bold floral print. I'm going to just turn you down a wee bit just so that you can kind of see the skirt a wee bit more at this angle. So it's got like a really intense floral print, and I picked out a few pieces to pair with it, but whilst I was trying it on, I actually just thought, do you know what, this yellow blouse still looks quite Blair-esque, I feel like, with this skirt. But I will also show you my other ideas for this skirt. So this is actually the top I was going to wear with it originally without trying to be a Blair Waldorf outfit, just literally a kind of pink ruffly blouse, which does go quite well. And then I've also got this lilac kind of chiffon blouse, which I think is quite Blair-esque as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop both on, and I'll come back with which one I think looks better or more Blair-like. Okay, so I'm back with this put together, and I have to say, I think this is a really cute little summer outfit. And like I said, this wasn't originally intended to be you know, a portrayal of Blair, but now that I've put it back on again, I can see that probably I was influenced by her style anyway, because I'll talk through what I think makes this outfit a nod to Blair. So I've already discussed the quite dense patterning on the skirt. I think also the fact that the skirt has this waist belt, which again, you can really pull and nip yourself in. I think that is something, if you watch Blair's style, I think you frequently see her waist being really cinched in, and particularly in like the sailor dress, you see the belt around the waist, and I think that just, it draws your eye to that point. So I think that's what helps make this a nod to Blair. I think the ruffle detailing on this blouse, so you can see it's got a ruffle that goes up there, ruffle that goes up this side, and it's got quite a cute little sleeve. It's a sort of kind of 3/4 length. I think if I was to say one thing, I would say Blair's neckline would probably be higher, and I kind of wish it was on this blouse, just because I think that would be more Blair-esque, where it's a wee bit lower than maybe we would see her in, and I actually think I would prefer if it was a wee bit higher, but you know, points off for that. But overall, I think this is quite a Blair look, and I really like it. I think this blouse was I think this blouse was River Island. I bought it maybe a few years ago. The skirt is Zara, and like I said, I picked it up on Depop, so if you did like the skirt, chances are you would be able to find it on there or maybe somewhere else like eBay. But let me know what you think of this outfit. So we are coming towards the end of the video now. I just have a couple more looks that I want to show you, including this one that I've just popped on. So this is one that I would say almost is a recreation of a specific Blair look, which is one that she wears, I think it's a Thanksgiving episode. She basically wears a dress fairly similar to this. It's got quite strong kind of structured sleeves, you know, at the shoulder level. It's not actually got sleeves going down, but it's got like a sort of structured shoulder, and then it's like a sort of check print pattern. And when I bought this dress from H&M last year, I didn't know that Blair wore a dress like this, but then when I was going through my wardrobe for this video, I suddenly thought of this dress, and I actually thought that reminds me of something Blair wears. So I've popped it with the Gucci belt, which is how I wore this dress originally, because I always just prefer that kind of waist cinching as we discussed, and I think that also makes it a slightly more Blair-esque look. I think also we do sometimes see Blair in a slight puff sleeve or a stronger sleeve, so I think that's a little nod to Blair. And I've popped on the Gucci tights because I think they definitely bring in that little Gossip Girl element. As we know, this was discussed in the first video, tights are such a prominent feature throughout the series, so anything that's like a lacy tight or a logo tight is definitely going to be in that zone of the Gossip Girl style. So if we are moving more towards the evening sort of outfits, you could pop on a little black stiletto with this look, and I think that would definitely take it to a kind of evening, sort of maybe dinner outfit that Blair might wear. Obviously they wear really extravagant gowns and gorgeous dresses for their balls and their parties, but I think for some events you could see Blair wearing like this, particularly if you did add the little high heel. So I'm now going to move into a couple of ideas for a potential Blair evening outfit. What I will say is I think this is the most difficult to recreate, so I've done my best and we can see what we think. So for the evening looks, I basically went through my wardrobe and tried to find anything that I thought was similar to anything Blair wore throughout the series, or anything that even had just the level of luxury that we see in the gowns that she wears. And I think this is one of the reasons it's quite a difficult look to recreate, is because both Blair and Serena are wearing these utterly divine couture gowns, or they're wearing just the most stunning pieces of, they're really art, they're not even dresses, they're just beyond anything that I could possibly have in my wardrobe. So I feel like this is what makes it difficult, is how can you possibly recreate that sort of style on nowhere near the budget, or nowhere near just even having access to things like that. So what I have picked out is this little dress here, which you might be thinking that's more little J. It kind of reminds me of the dress she wears to the white party a little bit. I think it's maybe season 2, maybe, can't remember. But this is a Ted Baker dress, and I do think if we're talking about some high street brands that are more towards the level of Blair's clothing in terms of the quality, I think Ted Baker, Reiss, Karen Millen, let me think, what else? There's one more that I can't think of, but I think certainly Ted Baker definitely does some Blair-esque outfits, and they really do have lovely quality pieces. So I'm going to hold this one up close. You can see it's got a nice embellished neckline. The material is nice and thick, and I think that just gives a nod to Blair because there's quality there. And you can kind of see there's this pattern on it, which I think is quite Blair-esque, as we do see her often having things that are patterned or detailed when she's wearing different outfits. So I struggled a wee bit as to how to make this more Blair. I originally thought maybe like pattern tights, like maybe the black Gucci ones, which you might be thinking, what on earth? I tried it on and I don't think that looks right. I'm going to try it with the white Gucci tights to see what I think. But another piece I'm going to show you, this little dress here, this is another Ted Baker one, and this actually reminds me of a dress Blair wears in the first ever episode. She wears just a black dress, a black headband, and I think she's got patterned tights on. So I'm going to go for this first because I think it's going to be a wee bit easier to recreate. I'll pop this on and I shall come back. Okay, I'm really glad I put this one on because, and I hope this comes across on camera, but I've put it on, I've got the black Gucci tights on with the black court shoes, and this really is reminding me of a Blair look. Either the one in episode 1 or the episode where I think it's Chuck's dad's funeral. I think she wears something along these lines with a dark headband. But I really do feel like Blair in this sort of outfit. The only thing is it's very dark and it does look a bit somber, so it's not the best for like spring, summer, but I think an evening kind of wintry look maybe, or sort of even autumn, I think is not too bad. But I really actually like this look, so I'm quite pleased that I kind of did put it on because I wasn't really sure at first. This dress is also Ted Baker, and I actually got this, oh, it was such a bargain. I bought it again from Bicester Village, the Ted Baker outlet, and I think honestly it was, I can't remember for sure, but I think it was around about 20, maybe £24. And it's got like an embellished neckline, which you can see there. It's double like lined along the skirt and here, and then this little sleeve is just like a sort of chiffon sleeve. But I used to wear this when I was doing whiskey tastings, and people always asked like, where did you get that dress? I love that dress, it's so flattering, because it really just like slims you down in here and then just skims down the rest of you. So Ted Baker is definitely a company for dresses that I do really love, and I honestly would recommend if you haven't ever shopped there. They are obviously a different price level from like Zara, they're definitely up a bit, but I really love their stuff. So I'm back again with the last dress on to kind of finish off this video. I do think the first one was easier to make look more Blair-like. I think this one, it does still remind me a little bit of Blair, but maybe not as much. I've kept on the headband because I think that helps bring more of Blair to it, and I've popped on the white Gucci tights and just the same little black pumps that I had in the other video, and I have given them a clean, so I shouldn't be too embarrassed to hold them up this time. But I think these are quite a cute little Blair shoe that she would maybe wear. So this really is the last outfit, and this is the end of my two-part videos on Blair Waldorf style. However, I was actually thinking of doing one more video, which was living like Blair Waldorf for a day. So I'm thinking that will be my next video. But I think that will be the end of my little Gossip Girl series, unless anyone has any other suggestions for a video. I do like watching the ones where people talk about the series, but I don't know if anyone would actually want to watch that. So yeah, this is the last look. I really hope you've enjoyed the videos. If it's not your cup of tea, I'm going to go back to more of the previous style videos once I finish this little Gossip Girl segment. But if you like Gossip Girl, hopefully you've enjoyed the videos so far. So if you watched the first video, you'll know that I drafted up notes in my little notepad, just here, and I wrote them out in the description box of the first video. I'm just going to copy and paste it and put it in this video as well, so you've got it if anyone ever wanted to look at it. I'm not sure if you would, but it's there. And yeah, that is the end of the video. So thank you so much for watching. It really means a lot to me. I also want to quickly say thank you so much to my new subscribers. I can't believe it's not been so long since I mentioned about reaching 200, and I think I'm now like 260 or so. So thank you so much for that. That really just makes me so happy. So I shall see you all on the next video. Thanks so much for watching. See you soon. Bye.